Welcome to another edition of Damage Per Podcast. I am your host, Jesse Bartell, and joining me today is Goku. Is Mitch Reeves of Mitch Reeves Industries.
You already know it.
You know it. Mitch Reeves Industries, teaming up with Murder Inc. Coming at you,
Uh,
East Side, West Side.
oh, East Side till we die, son. I ain't going out there.
I was watching the 50 Cent hater documentary on P. Diddy on Netflix.
God,
50
Netflix is just doing the most off the wall gangster shit. They're just like, if we make $1 trillion, like fuck it. Like, I love it.
so 50 Cent's if you don't know, 50 Cent's been a P. Diddy hater for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And he helped produce this documentary that is out now, which kind of bills itself as a documentary about the current state of P. Diddy, which it is a little bit, but it's also, which I wasn't expecting, a lot of just like history of P. Diddy and hip hop,
Mm,
but it retreads a lot of stuff that I already know as someone who's kind of watched a lot of documentaries on like 90s hip hop. So some
hmm
of it's not too like if you don't know any of that stuff, it's not too interest like if that part's not interesting. But I mean, they go over like the whole Tupac and Biggie thing, like stuff that's
hmm
been talked
Well,
about.
I tell you, that
Yeah,
reached all the way to Wedowee, Alabama. That's how serious that was when Pac died.
I know, man. It's bad. It's bad
Wedowee
news.
was the town. I may have talked about this on the show before. I can't remember, but uh, uh, the high school in Wedowee, which was our rival when I was in high school in Roanoke, Alabama. Their high school gym got burned down when I was in it's my senior year, I think,
Hmm.
because there was an interracial couple going to the prom.
Jesus, how old are you? I'm just kidding.
First of all, we've been over this. You have to understand, going to these towns is like going through a
A time
already going
machine.
through a time machine, right?
Yeah.
So like while it might have been 1996 everywhere else, it was like 1966 in Wedowee.
Dude,
Okay,
that is
like
that's nuts. Wait, so somebody literally burned down a gymnasium because there was
yeah,
an interracial couple. Sorry, that one. Like wait, what'd they do?
they were going to the prom,
Wow.
and it came out like that potentially the principal may have been behind it or like egged it on in some way. So
Damn.
he lost his job. I got pulled over um like a few weeks later around town. This one cop who hated me, like he used to follow me if he ever saw me out. And I found out why he hated me later, which is irrelevant. But he pulled me over one Friday night when I was headed home, and he was like, he used to like come up with the most off the wall. He just said the most like awful shit to me. Like I was like, what is this dude's problem? Like everybody hated this cop, but like for
Hmm.
whatever reason, he just did not like me. And so he pulls me over one Friday night. He was like, I forget why he said he pulled me over. It was some bullshit. And then he was like, "You're probably the one that burned down the gym in Wedowee, aren't you?" And I was like, "What? Like, what?" I was like, "No. What are you talking about?" But yeah, that happened. That happened when I was
Wow.
a
See,
senior.
Mitch getting accused of hate crimes out here.
Yeah,
Instilling race wars.
yeah. You know how I do. I mean,
That is nuts. Wow.
hmm Yep.
Um,
Anyway, what were we talking about?
well, thank you for the loving verse of
Okay.
Virginia. Was that it? The act that allowed for interracial couples. So,
Yes. Yeah.
but that was in the 60s, I think. So.
Yeah. There you go. Like I said,
Oh my God. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I can't remember how we got here, but
I
here
don't
we
know
are.
how we got here, but we are here today. We are blessed. We are we are
Oh, Tupac.
what? Oh, Tupac, P. Diddy. That's right.
So 2 years later, when Pac got killed, uh, people in Wedowee were spray painting cars and like knocking out windows and shit downtown that night. So
Oh
anyway,
man.
that's what spawned all this stuff. Same town, by the way. 2 years later.
Wow, a lot of change.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny like
Progression.
our ADD our AD, our ADD were like having we were like telling a story and then we totally forgot why we came into the room and what we were looking for.
Yeah, well, I mean, you call it ADD, I just call it my age. So, like,
Um anyways, the documentary is worth watching, I think. I mean, if like I said, if you're well versed in the rise of like P. Diddy and Bad Boy and all that stuff, then not a lot of it's super new.
mm.
Um
My other
but
favorite thing about the whole deal is like, you know how like whenever like Transformers is like out in the theaters,
yeah.
they have those like mockbusters, like Transmorphers and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that. Like
Transmorphers.
I've seen so many like Wild Eye releasing Diddy docs, like so
Oh
like
no,
I'm
Diddy
like,
Dog.
there's no, there is no factual information whatsoever in this. Like, but it's so entertainingly stupid. I can't help but watch them. There are
Hmm.
so many documentaries about Diddy out, and they have no facts whatsoever. It's
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild because I mean I mean I know we all know he's up to no good and he's always
yeah,
been
for sure.
up to no good. But like all the stuff that came out in the court was just stuff that was just really gross and not illegal.
Right.
It was
You're
like
right.
it
Right.
was like okay, like I don't need to know any of this at all. Like this is what did he do that was illegal? I don't want to
I
like you know
mean,
what I
is it?
mean?
I can't remember who the guy was, but there was like that one dude who was like in his girlfriend. They were playing like recordings of what was going on with his girlfriend in court while he's sitting there. It's like they kept showing the Jim Carrey gif of like liar liar when he's drinking water,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's just like, "Oh come on!"
Yeah.
He's having to hear his girlfriend getting filled out like an application.
Jeez. It's like there was like that Chappelle joke where he was talking about the R. Kelly thing and he's like how R. Kelly like in the sex videos that were recorded he kept saying like the girl's name or not saying the girl's age and
Age, yeah.
he was like why would you even do that? Like what is wrong with you? Anyway. There are horrible people in and
Yeah,
out
there are.
there. Just yeah,
Boy,
just stay away from
what
Pete.
a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Stay away from P. Diddy. I do love that 50 Cent and his hater arc for P. Diddy has really come full circle.
I
So
love 50 Cent's like I love that his like hater arcs period. He hates so many people like
yeah,
Floyd Mayweather just
Floyd
out of
Mayweather.
like what like fuck he's like fuck the ice challenge, read me a
Yeah,
book or
yeah.
something.
He's like, yeah, that was so good. Yeah, his beefs are really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Floyd Mayweather thing was really funny when that came out. If you don't know what we're talking about, just type in to the YouTubes.com 50 Cent and Floyd
Yes.
Mayweather, and it's
Yeah.
the funniest beef ever. Anyway, we are here today. We are going to talk about Asura's
I
Wrath.
am so hyped for this episode.
Yeah, boy, this is a you could call it a video game. I call it an experience.
It is an experience.
Yeah, there's
It
not a lot of
deserved better.
yeah, it's not your traditional. Well, we'll talk about presentation in a bit, but it is a video game that came out in 2012 that I didn't for a couple of reasons I think didn't do so as hot as they wanted it to, but for the people that it did like that connected with it,
Mm,
it really connected with and is
that
pretty
makes me
unique.
happy.
Even to this day, I think it's probably one of the more unique games that I've played. So,
Yeah,
um
for
big
sure.
big fan. So we'll talk about that. But we got a lot of other things to talk about. Boy,
Mm,
we got so many things, so many video games be coming out.
they do be doing that.
Yeah, recently the new Destiny expansion came out called
Oh,
Renegades,
yes, sir.
which is Wars fluenced.
Yep.
It is it just is Star Wars. It's not even like right? It's
It,
not even like it's like
essentially,
isn't it
but
like Star Wars is literally in the same universe as Destiny? Isn't that how
well,
it's
no, not necessarily. This is
okay.
still a Destiny expansion. It's a Destiny story. It's just has Star Wars influence, whereas like you get a lightsaber, and
Nice.
Han Solo's blaster is a fucking badass hand cannon.
Nice.
So there's a whole new archetype of weapons, and they're all like heat based. So instead of a traditional reload, you can
Mm-hmm.
shoot it as long as you want to, but it builds up this meter where it keeps getting hotter. And if you shoot it too much, it burns the shit out of your hand.
Nice.
But if you like hold off and let it cool down, you can keep shooting stuff like that. It works remarkably well for what it is. And there's like the Wookiee bowcaster is like an exotic bow. Um, like I said, lightsabers in it.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the Praxic blade, but it's a lightsaber. Let's be honest. Um, but yeah, and they're continuing the story of Edge of Fate, where the nine is like the overarching story now. Whereas we defeated the Witness, we got out of light and darkness, and so now like the nine are doing some wonky shit, and so we know that like number three died in Edge of Fate, and Drifter flew too close to three, and that's why he like has all like gray hair and shit now and this and that. And so this story is continuing the story of the nine, which is supposed to be the next big like saga or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it just so happens that like Drifter is like, hey, I got to do some like shady shit, and to figure out what's going on with the dredging, because there's a new dredging, and he's very much Kylo Ren. Uh, so it's only been since Tuesday, so like I haven't finished campaign yet, so like you'll forgive me if I forget like names and stuff. But there's this dredging, I think dredging something or another, dredging Yor maybe. But he's very much Kylo Ren. He's taken up the mantle of the previous dredging Yor, or whatever his name was, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like not really good at what, but he's like trying to make the Drifter do something, because the Drifter is also a dredging, but he like has tried to leave that life behind. And he's trying to bring him back in because he needs him to do something, and it's nine related, and like then there's a Drifter has put together like this ragtag group of, for lack of a better term, rebels to go up against the dredging and stop them from doing whatever they're trying to do. And so there's this other lady that we're being introduced to, and I can't think of her name. She has a lightsaber, and she kind of looks like what's her name, that Asuka or Ahsoka. I don't know how you say
Ahsoka,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, she kind of looks like her, but without like the head snakes.
Yeah.
Um, and she has a lightsaber, and like she seems to be like she has powers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like not force powers. It's like the bad guy dredging. I think it's Bale maybe instead of Yor. Maybe it's Bale. But anyway, uh, he has like stasis powers, and she has like strand power. So it's all Destiny stuff.
Okay, got it.
But it's just crazy how well like Destiny works in a Star Wars kind of universe,
Mm-hmm.
because everything like the story is so dope, and like you could clearly draw the comparisons to Star Wars stuff, but it's still Destiny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like in the Eververse, of course, they have Tie fighters for ships, and like shit like you can get like stormtrooper suit. They have the Mandalorian sets.
There you go.
Like there's all like very Star Wars shit, but it's still Destiny. So,
Yeah.
and it's so good, dude. It is like the story's dope. The new the new because you're an outlaw, right? You're going
Mm-hmm.
against Zavala and Ikora and all those guys, and you're helping Drifter, and in doing so, like you're doing like scoundrel type shit. It's very Mos Eisley. You're like they've changed an outpost on Mars to basically be Mos Eisley. There's a fucking Sarlacc pit on Mars now and
Oh,
shit.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. But you're doing like you're like there's a group of Elixni or Fallen, I think was what they were called last time you probably played Destiny, called the Pikers, and you can work for them. You can work for this like rogue section of the Cabal, and then the coolest one to me is there's a Vex, like there's like a group of Vex, because the Vex are a collective mind, right? Like it's they're not autonomous, like they're just robots, and they have Vex juice, and they all share like a hive mind. They're kind of like bees or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or ants, I guess. But there's this one particular group of Vex that somehow like have broken off, become autonomous, and they're like fucking chilling in Tharsis Station, like playing cards and shit, and they have on like ponchos and whatnot. And I'm just like, this is the fucking coolest thing. Like, it's like it's like people at Bungie are, they're obviously people that work at Bungie who are Star Wars fans. They were like, what would be the coolest shit we could do? Coming up with like, but to make it make sense for our guys to be like
Hmm.
in, you know, Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
So it's like having gangster cabals. Cabals with like gold teeth and shit are chilling. And fucking Vex are wearing like ponchos and like playing cards and stuff. Like it's like I mean, I'm only a few days in, so like the newness, is kind of still like the excitement's still there for me. But I honestly feel like even this new the new game mode or whatever, the new thing they want you to do, where you have to like do bounties and stuff or whichever, because you have to pledge to one of those different factions,
Hmm.
and they give you like shit to do. And basically, they took the Nether, which was like probably the best Destiny content that they've done since they went into this new seasonal, not seasonal, but like episodic thing they did.
Hmm.
The Nether was like when they brought back the nobody who doesn't play Destiny will not know what I'm talking about, but when they brought back the Taken King ship, the Dreadnought,
Uh-huh.
and they had that gameplay thing, the Nether or whatever. They basically do. It's basically the Nether, but you do it on Mars and Venus, and you do it for whatever faction. So they give you like you have to basically do like three different objectives for increasing difficulty. And if you get all three done, then you go to a point and send out this beacon and call for an extraction.
Hmm.
And so it basically becomes Helldivers a little bit at that point. And then you wait for the ship to come in, and you try to survive long enough, and then you jump on the ship and go away. I don't know. It's so good, dude. The loot is so good. The story's great. Like I am so hyped for Renegades right now.
This is gonna be Mitch's weekend.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, 100%.
Nice. Well, hopefully it pans out. I mean, I think Destiny needs a nice breath of fresh air and some
Well, yeah, this
uh
has to be really good, honestly, for them. And so far, it seems like people are digging it. So,
nice. Nice. Yeah, it seemed like the response even critically was like from the outlets has been a good response
mm-hmm.
to it. So,
Yep,
I mean, I haven't seen that in a while, so that's good.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like every time a new thing came out, it was like, everyone was kind of not happy. So, nice to see some good
Well, and
news
that's
on
the thing,
that.
right?
Hmm.
It's difficult, because they worked, God, for however long they worked on Edge of Fate, and they were like, well, it's like a new era, a new this and that. Like they're making all these changes, and they're like, and they thought, these were good at these new systems, and like all these things are changing,
Hmm.
and it was like the backlash was like immediate, and then it's like, well, at that point, they're probably already working on Renegades, right? Because they've shipped Edge of Fate.
Hmm.
So they're like, holy shit, everybody's pissed. And so, like, just to see the amount of work they've done to try to fix as many of the things people were mad about to get the game where it is now in
Hmm.
that short amount of time, like obviously, they care and they're listening to the feedback, but people are so quick to shit on everything, right? And they get mad and like death threats to devs and shit like that. And I'm like, good God, man. I would have said fuck y'all a long time ago, and Destiny would have died if I was in charge. But thank God I'm not. So
Well,
like,
well, you gotta answer to those shareholders. Gotta make that money back. So,
well, yeah, that's the other thing, right? It's like,
yeah.
yeah, you gotta, you got Sony who's paid what, however many billions of dollars. So
Yeah, yeah, they're just sitting there trying to collect them checks.
yep.
So,
They're like, hey guys, marathon not looking too great. The
we,
millions of people who are playing Destiny, most of them stopped. Like, what are we doing?
yeah,
Like,
we just had to pay the artists for their art. I mean, what are we
yeah,
doing?
yeah, right. How did that one get by you?
Yeah. Playing anything else?
Only the only other thing, and I text you about it.
Shinobi.
Got that Shinobi. Oh, I got my limited run Switch copy of Shinobi in, and yeah, I am such a fucking mark for a modern retro ninja game. I played the shit out of the Messenger when it came out. Fucking, that's one of my favorite games of all time. And
Hmm.
then like Sega dropped that trailer. I guess it was probably God. It's probably been a couple of years ago now. But they were like the new era of Sega, and they showed like that new Jet Grind Radio and like Crazy
Yeah, yeah,
Taxi, like and all
yeah.
that type of shit. And they showed that Shinobi, and I was like, God damn, I want all of this. Like I want it all right now. And so yeah, I got the limited run physical copy for the Switch in. It was last week, I guess it was, or maybe the week before. And finally put it in, and God, it's so good. The art is just so good. And watching the way that they're able to do animation now and like make that art move and stuff like that. I love modern retro so much.
Yeah, I think too with like the increase in just like um fidelity and performance for
Mm-hmm.
things like that, they
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
just like you don't need, every game to look like Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like you can have a game with a really clear art style or distinct art style um that really takes advantage of, high frame rate that it just
The
looks
hardware. Yeah.
yeah, that
Exactly.
it just
Yep.
looks beautiful and you know,
Yep.
I'm excited to get that at some point. I told you like that and the Ninja Gaiden game
I
that
bought
came.
that today. Yeah. It'll be
Yeah.
here. It'll be here Saturday.
Ooh, yeah, that and not Ninja Gaiden,
Not four. It's
not
Ninja
four.
Gaiden something. It's the 2D.
Yes, it's the side-scrolling one, but that's like one I really had my more so than the new Platinum Games Ninja Gaiden, which is,
I'll play it, but I
I'll
know
play it.
it's gonna kick my dick in the dirt, and I'm gonna get mad at it. Like
Always,
I
always
already
get mad
know.
when they kick my dick in the dirt.
Well, I'm just saying.
They're gonna,
Ragebound.
yeah.
Ragebound is the 2D one. Not
Ah,
not
Rage
me
Band,
getting
yeah.
my. Yeah, I'm gonna be Ragebound when I play four, but no, the actual name of the 2D one is
I gotta
Ragebound.
assume that the new Ninja Gaiden 4 though has to have like just an easy, nice, casual situation.
I haven't looked, but I remember like when the first one came out, like on the original Xbox,
Yeah.
because I loved all three Ninja Gaidens on the NES. Like I know they were hard as fuck, but like I
Hmm.
loved them. I beat all three of them. Like I love those games. And so when that new one came out, I was so fucking excited. And I got home with it and I was like, ah. And yeah, that first guy with the kendo stick beat my ass to death. And I was like, well, this is not what I thought it was going to be. It's like, but then like I got used to it because I used to do that back then. I had the time
Yeah.
and I really didn't think it was that difficult. And people were like, it's one of the hardest games I've ever made. And I'm like, well, fighting a tank on a bridge with a bow and arrow wasn't easy, but like outside of that, like I really didn't get stuck anywhere once I understood how the game worked.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of games work like that. I think for I mean, when I say that, I think of like stuff like Demon Souls and Elden Ring, but I also think that games at that time in that particular era, and then even in the first generation of the Xbox, it was really the game was just made more difficult by the lack of just user experience, like the
Right. Quality of
except
life stuff. Yeah.
yeah, accessibility and
Yes, that. Yeah, yeah.
fixed cameras, like the fixed cameras in the old, like the Ninja Gaiden Black and Sigma and what have yous,
Yeah, right, right.
were really frustrating to play because of the cameras.
Hmm.
And
But I
you just,
remember like
mhm.
two came out and two was just basically a hack and slash, whereas the original was absolutely no, you had to parry and like but like I still feel like once I got like the formula down, like I really didn't have much trouble. And everybody was like, they say it's like one of the hardest things ever. And I'm like, and I'm not like, that gamer. So I'm like, if you if you don't just press buttons, like you
Listen,
feel
if you can play Dante's Inferno and beat
God, the challenges,
the
Jesus
challenges at
Christ, the
the end.
circles, fuck me. Like, no, like
How do we
never
extend
again.
how do we extend this game an extra hour? I know.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. They'll love it. Well,
Kids are gonna love it. Kids are gonna love
yeah,
this.
yeah.
They're gonna think it's so cool.
Like,
Um, anything else outside of Shinobi?
no, that's it. Like I bought the only thing I bought on Black Friday for me was Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. It
Ooh, how much did you get it for? 20 bucks?
30,
30
which was
bucks.
the cheapest I'd seen it. So,
Nice. Nice.
and Katie already played it because she couldn't wait. Because I was like, yeah, because she took over my PS4 for like months, like because she got so into the first one.
hmm
And then like I told you, like she stole my PC when she moved back in here that my brother made for me for Christmas 2 years ago. And
Uh-huh.
then she was like, Spider-Man 2 is on the PC. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And so she bought it. I mean, she bought it with her own money though, but she stayed up all night, like the first night she bought it. She's like,
Yeah.
I couldn't turn it off. She's done with it. She's been done with it, but I'm
Yeah,
waiting on the PS5 copy to get cheap enough for me to pull the trigger. And so I think it was
yeah.
either 25 or 30. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy get through from what I understand, but a good
Mm,
game. So that's
yeah,
good
that'll be
stuff.
what I'm doing in December, I think.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I played some video games.
Hmm.
I played the I got Kirby Air Riders, which I really
Mm.
like. That game is basically just Twisted Metal. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, nice.
Because it's not like people are like, oh, it's like it's the it's Mario Kart alternative, and it's like no,
Mm.
no, 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 it's not. It's a you. There are tracks that you need to be on to get to the end to win, but it's really like blow up everybody else to get to the end. And then there's like straight up like arenas that you're like circle arenas or just like other arenas where you can just like get weapons and blow everybody up. And it's essentially just Twisted Metal but with uh Kirbyisms. I never played Air Ride back on the GameCube, even though I had a GameCube. So I don't have any nostalgia for it that some people have.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean it's very addictive, very fun. There's the guy who made it is the dude who made Super Smash Brothers. So
Oh, okay.
there's this level of competitiveness along with like easy pick up and play to it. And then there's a ton of things to unlock. Like there's just all these like in-game achievements to unlock things that you do from doing different challenges or just from playing the game a lot. And it just makes you want to stay in that ecosystem and just do a bunch of stuff. So, having fun with that, playing it online, which has been fun. I think it's a lot more fair than say something like Mario Kart. You don't, it feels a little more balanced with the chaos, whereas like, Mario Kart's always like kind of a RNG thing, right? Where you're just like, all right, well, I guess I'll just roll the dice and see if I'll make it this
Right.
time, or I'll just get
People in fucking eighth place are always getting red shells and you're getting coins
yeah,
if you're in
exactly.
first or
So,
second. Yeah.
yeah, so something like that. It feels like like you always have a chance to win, as opposed to Mario Kart, where it kind of is just your luck.
Mm.
So yeah, I really enjoy that. I was playing a lot of that during Thanksgiving. I just got the new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which I
Hell
played
yeah.
a couple of hours of. I don't have too much to say about it just yet, other than it's gorgeous. Like it's I got the Switch
Nice.
2 version, and it's probably like I would say like the I don't know, things like, the trees and the rocks and stuff aren't like the most detailed, beautiful things, but the way that
I'm not buying it then.
that game just kind of performs, like there's this opening sequence where Samus is just flying down to this like area and all these like shooting these ships and all these things are exploding, and then it just like seamlessly transitions right into gameplay and looks exactly the same, and you're like, whoa, like that was like a
Nice.
really nice moment. I will say so far that if you like Metroid Prime, any of the
And I
Metroid
do.
Prime games, you will like this one because it's
Yeah.
more of that. The internet's
I'm
been,
just so glad it's coming out on Switch 1.
yeah, and the Switch One version is apparently like it runs a lot like the remastered Metroid Prime game
Mm.
that came out a
Perfect.
couple of years
Yep.
ago. So it looks great. It runs at 60 frames. Like it's a really great, and that's the thing. Like people are forgetting, like with these Switch 2 editions, like they're not Switch 2 games. They're Switch enhanced games for the
Right.
Switch 2.
Right.
So. they play better on the Switch too, but they were built with the original system in mind. So, people are like,
God damn, it has to be for this one because it's literally the reason I bought a Switch, and the
yeah, 8 years
fucker
later,
never came
buddy.
out. Yeah, I know.
Um, so yeah, I don't have much to say. The internet was really weird about this game with like some like early reviews on it and everything were saying like, oh, these side characters are annoying. I met the guy. He's annoying, but in a it's fine way, and like people were also complaining for what they are also complaining about.
I get described that way.
Yeah, he's annoying but fine. I don't know. Like I think with something like Metroid Prime or any Nintendo property, it's this really weird thing online where people are like they want it to be either exactly the same as what it used to be, and if it's any different, they get mad, or if they don't do enough innovation, people get mad. And then they also want the remasters of Metroid Prime 2 and 3. I like, like it's either,
Yeah,
nobody can win online with these kinds of things. So I try to like just just push that all away because it's like you have people doing videos on YouTube of like, here's my reaction to the reviews coming in of Metroid Prime 4. I'm like, what? Your review of
bro.
reviews? Like, what is
Negative,
this?
negative content gets
Yeah,
clicks,
like
bro.
yeah,
Like,
it's just like it's such a waste of time. Like it's not
yes,
interesting. Or my favorite one was like, here's my review of Metroid Prime that I played at the Best Buy for an hour. And it's like that's not a
right,
review. You're
right,
not
right.
reviewing the game.
Yeah.
What are you
Here's my
talking about?
review of the 1 hour I played while standing in a Best Buy.
Yeah, perfect environment to really
Yeah.
immerse yourself into a
Get the
video
most
game.
out of the experience.
Yeah,
Yes, just
screaming
stand up.
children.
Right.
Yeah, awesome. So, I don't know. I think, so far it's a Metroid Prime experience. I'm very happy with it. I am withholding like my exact final thoughts, which I'll probably have more next time we talk,
Yeah.
but I really like it. It's really stunning to look at on the Switch too.
I'll
So
just be honest with you. Like, there's almost no way I'm not gonna like it. I mean, I hate. I say that having played 0 minutes of it, but I
yeah,
mean,
if you like being Samus, Aaron, if you like being Samus Aran and scanning things and um starting
yeah,
the game with all your abilities and then you lose
yes,
your
and then take
abilities,
yes,
yeah,
please.
take my money.
Hmm.
It is that so far. I'm just getting up to the point where you get the motorcycle that also everyone has decided is like has ruined their childhood apparently. So
I
um
didn't know. Like, I didn't watch any of the trailers. I was like, I'm already buying it. I'm not watching the trailers, whatever. And then I was looking on Amazon today, and literally the first screenshot they showed was the motorcycle. And I was like, well, I didn't know that was in there.
Yeah, so there's this like connective tissue area, kind of like a Hyrule field people have been saying, where you kind of go to the different areas and dungeon, quote unquote dungeons, whatever you want to call them.
Hmm.
And so in this sort of area, there are some things to do, and to get traverse through it, you use this like bike thing. It's this alien thing that they made.
Hmm.
It's called the Viola, and you
Oh
ride it,
yes,
and so people are like, because it's a new thing, people are like, I don't know, they're just kind of losing their minds about it in
yeah.
a really weird way. So I don't know. I like it. I like it so far. I'm probably gonna keep liking it. And I'm excited to play more of it. Is what I'm saying. I'm probably gonna beat it
Well,
this
hey,
weekend because it's only like a 18-hour game or
that's the
something.
best you could hope for a new video game.
Video game from Nintendo. So yeah, I just started that and it's good. And Kirby Air Riders, I also played and beat Hyrule Warriors,
Nice.
Age of Imprisonment, very much like that. If you like those Dynasty Warrior games, or liked any
Oh,
of the other Hyrule Warriors games, you will also like this one. But it's nice playing it on the
nice.
Switch too because it just ran very buttery smooth. And I
Hmm.
was I was very happy about that. And also, what else did I play? What else did Jesse play? Oh, I've been playing a lot of Hades too. That's the other thing. I've been
Oh,
playing a
okay.
lot.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say every time I turn on a console and I look at my friends list, you're playing Power Wash simulators.
Well, I do that too. I did play all Power Wash Simulator 2. I finished it over the weekend. I was very happy about that.
Nice.
And now I just wait for the DLC. So, See what happens. Um, Hades 2. If you liked Hades, you will like Hades 2. That's my review. Uh,
Yeah, that's very much what it looked like to me. And I did like Hades 1, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not like, I wasn't like super excited for Hades 2 for whatever reason.
I will say I do like it more than the first Hades, and I
Oh,
think
okay.
I
Hmm.
I think like the character Melanoy, whatever however you pronounce her name,
Hmm.
uh, Zagreus's sister.
Oh, shit, I
She
can't remember.
yeah, she plays differently than he does, and so you
Hmm.
kind of learn to play a little differently. Like you don't just go in and play how you were playing in Hades, which I thought was good. It made you kind of rethink
Hmm.
everything. The level designs are better. There's now two ways that you can do a run. You can go down or you can go up now.
Ah.
You can go to the surface or go further down to fight
Oh,
Kronos.
okay.
So I thought that was great. Yeah, I think it the what am I what's the word I'm looking for? The loop is more
Mm,
enjoyable too. And
okay.
so I find it to be uh great game. Also playing it on the Switch too with the sort of like it's like 120 frames per second, which is like
Mm,
I mean I don't even know how my eyes can even I don't know. It looks great. So I'll just
yeah.
say that. Like it runs like a dream. But I did
Nice.
take out my Hades 2 Switch 2 cartridge because it's a Switch 2 edition cartridge and I popped it into my Switch
Hmm.
and it played and I played it on my
Oh,
Switch and it ran really well on there. So
nice.
thought that was cool. So yeah, if you want if you own a Switch and not a Switch 2, you can buy the physical of the game and you can still play it on your Switch.
Yeah, I
So,
bought the first one digitally on Switch because I wanted to play it on Switch, but there was no physical yet.
mhm.
And then once it hit physical, I bought it on Xbox. So I'll probably hold out for an Xbox on Hades too.
Yeah, hopefully if they still be making them physical games for it.
Yeah.
I'm always
Shit.
keeping my eye on like upcoming games that are going to be
I just love going to Walmart at this point because they're trying to like erase the existence of an
I know
Xbox.
they're trying to make it look like a war crime. They're
I
trying to make
got
it
uh
like a
I got Assassin's Creed Mirage for $10.
That's a
Like,
good game.
yeah, I haven't played it, but I mean it's $10, so I've got it. They
Yeah.
have what's the ninja one? Shadows.
Yeah, it's a good one.
They have it for 25 at my Walmart.
Nice.
And I was
That's a
like,
very good price for that game. That is a good game.
yeah.
I don't I,
I'm just
people
gonna wait and see if it goes to 10. To be honest, like I was, yeah, might as well. Like
people
nobody's gonna buy the $25 copy in Valley, Alabama. So
yeah, people weren't hot on Mirage, but I really liked it. It was very much a back to basics kind
I
of
was gonna say it
Assassin's
wasn't.
Creed.
It was like a return to the form of the original one or
Yeah, it
something.
was just smaller in scale compared to like Odyssey and Origins and Valhalla. Like
Yeah.
they really scaled it down. I would say with Shadows they opened it back up a little bit more, but not as
Hmm.
big as they were going. But yeah, I mean I like those games. They're fun. I'm gonna get the Shadows on Switch 2 at some point once they kind
Nice.
of patch out a few bugs here and there. But yeah, very excited to get that on the handheld. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. Good stuff. Good stuff. I also went and saw
Yeah, yeah.
Predator Badlands,
Great movie.
which I really liked. And
Looked like a video game, but outside of that, a great movie.
yeah, definitely looked like a video game and tonally very different for a Predator movie, but
Yes.
uh thought it would like I could see somebody walking out of that movie and being like, I didn't like that.
Oh,
But
100%.
yeah, but I really enjoyed it because it was I don't know, it was nice to have like a predator who was kind of a loser.
Well,
Um
also had a personality. Like predators typically don't have personality, right? They're
well
just.
yeah, they tend to be just like antagonistic forces
I
that
mean,
show up
like
here and
I'm
there.
saying, you and I know better, right? From like the comics and stuff. And I'm saying, as
Hmm.
far as like just movies, they
Yeah.
tend to just be there for the hunt. They don't say anything. They'll like they call Danny Glover a motherfucker, and like, but they just copy. They don't actually speak, and so this predator having a personality, and yeah, he was kind of a loser, but still, like he had a personality and stuff. But like also the dialogue having a predator speak, how that like played along with I forget whoever played the robot girl and stuff.
Oh, Ellie Fanning.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Like some of their
Hmm.
interactions and stuff. Like it
Yeah,
was,
she was great.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it was. That was all. I thought all of it was great.
Yeah, it was a very fun, entertaining movie, and I'm glad I watched it in the theater.
Yep.
Sarah and I went and saw that over Thanksgiving weekend, and that was a good movie to go see. And we were like one of two people in the theater or something, but
Well, I mean,
um,
that's the way it goes for theaters
yeah.
these days.
But yeah, totally dug that. You should go see it because it's kind of funny, kind of brutal. Um, it's got a heart.
It does.
It's got a good ending, I think.
Great ending. I laughed out loud at the end.
I know. I hope they do. I mean, I think it did well financially, so I hope
Mm,
it gets greenlit for, I hope Dan does the next one. Because he did Prey, and Prey is like so different than this one, but both I
yes,
love. I think I might like Prey more
I certainly like Prey more.
because I think it's more of what you would expect from a Predator movie, but with
Yep.
with a better with more twists on it that are more in line
It
with the
like we
tip.
talked about last time. It's Prey was very much the first kind of movie homage to the Dark Horse comics.
Right, gotcha. No Civil
So
War, no
it
Civil War
wasn't the
stuff.
Civil War, but at least but like just the fact that predators have always been around and there's so many bigger stories to tell and stuff like that. Because like the first one's like the jungle hunter predator against Arnold, and that movie's a classic. They'll never top that movie. Like I
Right.
just that no matter I don't care how many more predator movies are made, there'll never be one that tops the first one. And I really like part two as well, but even that kind of tips its hat to the fact that there are more stories with this particular the Yautja, to be
Yeah,
told and stuff like that. But
and Danny Glover.
and also there are way more stories than Danny Glover to be told. So
There are always more stories for Danny Glover. It's my boy.
mm-hmm.
Um, well, all right. I guess we're done yapping about
Yeah,
what we've been playing. Let's talk about the star of tonight. The
what I've really been playing.
what we've really been playing, and that is 2012's Azura's Wrath. Um, Developed by CyberConnect 2, published by
Mm-hmm.
Capcom, and built on the Unreal 3 engine. Or Unreal Engine 3, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna call you out on that because I definitely knew you flubbed that up.
Yeah, you're Unreal Engine 3. The scourge of that generation, the Unreal Engine 3. Um, boy oh boy, Azura's Wrath. Where do I start with this one? This. So I originally played Azura's Wrath back in 2012 or 2013. It was another Gamefly rental for me, and
Mm,
played it on the PlayStation 3 that was my first time I played it for the first time on PlayStation 3, played it this time on the Xbox. And was blown away by it because
mm,
it was before games like this would have been like viral or something. I don't know. Like I saw reviews going around. It looked interesting, so I rented it and then I got it and it was nothing at all what I thought it was going to be. Like it blew my mind. Like it was
mm.
completely original. And that was it. Then it went away. It didn't make a month that much much money. And you see it now come up. I see it come up in from time to time online as like a cult classic or whatever you want to call it,
Hidden
or
gems,
hidden
yes,
gem or something like that. And I mean, I guess you could label it that, but yeah, it's definitely a game that uh deserved a lot more attention than it got. But
yes,
you,
sir.
yeah, but you never played it at all, right?
No, no, I hadn't. I remember the cover art, and I remember that it was a Capcom game, and I
Mm-hmm.
love Capcom games, and I specifically really dig the Capcom the art style, or like for lack of a better, like Street Fighter
Sure,
style.
yeah.
I know there
Mm-hmm.
are people are going to be screaming at this recording,
It's like
uh, the
a
name of the
cell
artist,
shaded
but
kind of thing, but
but
not.
like the art style they went for, like when we got to Street Fighter 4,
Yeah.
that those big chunky characters and like the
Mm-hmm.
just I am obsessed with that art style, and so I remembered seeing the cover and I was like, ah, I'll pick that up when it gets cheap. And it was like late in the, I felt like it was later in the console cycle,
Mm-hmm.
and I just never did. And then a few years ago, I discovered on YouTube that people would play like entire games and upload them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to put those on when I was going to bed, and I'd watch however much of a game and then fall asleep. And I would just put on like I would put on like full game or like Xbox full game or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one night I put in like Xbox full game, and one of the first ones that popped up was ASURA'S Wrath, and I was like, that game, I remember that game, and I started it, and I probably watched, I don't know, maybe half an hour, and I fell asleep, and I was like, that shit looked good. And so like I went to eBay not long after, and I was like, I got to get a copy of that. I'm gonna play it. And so I went to eBay, and it had started to climb in price at that point. And I was like, well, let me go ahead and get it now, because if I wait, it's going to be fucking $200 and I'll never play it. And that it hasn't quite gotten there. I think it's probably around a $50, $60 game now.
Yeah.
But by that time, I think I got it for 30. And I was like, man, I better get it now because, and then, yeah, it's sat on the shelf until our little podcast here.
And
And it
next
was
week
like,
it will be delisted.
yeah. So, hey, you lost it. I mean, I think it's probably it's either 20 or $10 on the Xbox literally now. So get it, because
Yeah,
once this episode comes out,
yeah, I had to get mine digitally, unfortunately, because yeah, the physical copies are just redonkulous
mhm.
to get it. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was okay. So Azura's Wrath was developed by CyberConnect 2. You might know them for all the DBZ games that ever
I
came out.
certainly do.
And so like all like six like so like if you know like Budokai and some of those other ones, I mean there's so many to list that I'm not gonna bother, but a lot of the DBZ games that came out in that era were done by CyberConnect 2. They also did a bunch of Naruto games that were also very similar. And when I say that, it's and when you play Azura's Wrath, you can kind of see that influence where you have these sort of arena fights, I guess, these circular arena fights where you fight another character. And that was, I mean, those are that's what a DBZ game has been since forever. So, um, they were known for that. They also did a bunch of dot hack games.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that was another property that they had, which is very interesting. Um, but they did a bunch of dot hack games for the PS2. And then they got their hands on Azura's Wrath. Capcom gave them the monies to do this.
And this is
Um,
apparently like completely original, because as soon as I was done with it, I went immediately to the internet to like try to find a manga or some anime or like even a fucking comic book. There's nothing.
yeah, so it is a completely original idea, which is hard to always do in anything commercial because they want the things that they've seen before. So they want to see thing they saw already.
Yeah. I wanted a movie of this game and I just fucking finished playing it.
Yeah.
I understand.
So it was original idea that Capcom was like, we're gonna put a bunch of money into this, we're gonna do it. You guys make all these other successful games, so let's try and do it. They really wanted to, in a lot of ways, Capcom was trying to follow up God Hand, which was on the PS2, which if you ever played God Hand is kind of similar, but was a game that also a lot of people loved but didn't make any money. And so we kind of had that situation play out again here, unfortunately. So what is Azura's Wrath, Mitch? Well,
Do
it
you want
is
me to explain it?
no, no, no. So it's a game in which you watch three-quarters of it and play about a quarter of it, I think is the best way to open like that up. It is a brawler, it is a quick time event simulator, it is a it is a rail shooter.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things going on in it, but you don't play those things a lot. You tend to watch the game more than anything. And the story is about a demigod named Asura, who is framed for the murder of the emperor. And then he goes on a he basically he gets so mad he goes on a rage for a gajillion years, and that's basically it. But you know what?
Twelve
It's
thousand
yeah,
years.
thousand years. But you know what? I found a comment on YouTube that I thought summed up the game perfectly and like what
Mm,
happens. And some this is if you haven't played the game, it's really not going to spoil anything because you're really not going to know the context.
mm,
But I thought this was a very accurate way to explain how bananas this plot line is.
mm,
Hold on, I'm gonna take a
mm.
sip of water.
Sure. Please, I want to hear this.
Okay, so this was written by Hot Topic Hot Sauce,
Well, that's how you know it's legit.
and it was under a video by Cyan Man, which I'm gonna put in the post for this, which is it's a great fun sort of video of sort of a walk, oh, kind of a walkthrough of the game a little bit, but
Mm,
um, so this is how the comment starts. He goes, or they go, let me get this straight. Azura got framed for murdering the Emperor, his wife got murdered, and his daughter got kidnapped. Then he got sent to hell for 12,000 years just
mm,
because he wasn't okay with the deities using his only child. And then he climbed back out so he could, out so casually out of hell, punched a planet-sized person's finger so hard he exploded, got killed again for another 500 years, crushed an old guy in his escape shuttle, spent time with baddies in a hot spring, and fought his master on the moon, whose katana can go through the planet. Got so angry over a little girl's death, he pulled his devil trigger so hard that he destroyed a bunch of spaceships and slashed the queer Shakespeare in half, while his voice actor screamed so hard that he started coughing blood. Teamed up with an intentionally blind guy to break into the planet-sized man that is actually a machine to proceed to flip Zeus with nunchucks like Two Faces coin, and kills him like a DBZ blast. Killed the lava earth kraken who used the earth as his crab shell, and killed the devil-looking dude in control who copied Azura's giant arms. Then paid DLC to watch a spider kill the simp woman who possessed his daughter and to become God, who I originally thought was a woman. Then Kratos, but then was like more like Kratos, but more powerful, became the size of a planet, flies to the center of the universe as his wife and victims cheer him on, and quote unquote God wipes out reality and fights Asura in the void and turns into a freak. Then Asura got his daughter back, and he punched the fraud god so hard he fades out of existence, and somehow all this inspires Mortal Kombat before Mortal Kombat. Why would he do all this? They made his daughter cry.
yeah, well, that's it. Show's over. I mean, like,
I mean, that's really it. I mean,
that's literally it.
that
Like,
is it. I mean, they didn't mention Yasha, who is his
yes,
brother.
that is the glaring omission.
Yeah, who is Asura's brother-in-law, who is on the side of the bad deities, but then turncoats and is on Asura's side, and they team up and they just kind of like Super Saiyan their way to the ending.
Yeah,
It's incredible. So. Whew. So the presentation of this game is done in a way that is endearing to me because it's done as episodic anime episodes.
right.
So each episode starts off with uh almost like a what will happen this episode kind of thing, where
Hmm.
it flashes you a bunch of images from the episode you're about to play. You play a bit of the episode in which there's a lot of cutscene and talking between the characters. Then there's usually some brawling or some sort of gameplay. And then there's like a halfway mark where it goes where it's like to be continued, like it was a commercial break, and then it comes back, and then you finish out the episode,
Hmm.
and then there's usually a like panels at the end, comic panels at the end that kind of tell you more of the story that's going on.
Yeah.
Also worth noting, at the beginning of every episode, they do like credits on the episode as if it's like a TV show, which is really great. And it is an anime that you play, and that is its sort of catchphrase, or that sort of its claim to fame. You know, that's what you'll see mostly, you know, used online how to describe it because it really, I mean, that's really what it is.
Hmm.
Um, and but its presentation is so unique and done so well and done in a way that you can pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down,
Yes,
without
which
having
is
to forget what happened. Because believe me,
right.
you will forget what happened because it's so insane.
You will,
Um,
but also it's going to tell you, so you won't have to worry about it.
yeah, when Asura has all of his arms ripped off, and all six of his arms ripped off, and then
Hmm.
he takes a sword in his mouth and fights with it, like
Hmm.
it's incredible. So
Yeah, it's hard to
so
forget that. It's like,
Mitch, so as someone who's never played it, as someone who's
mhm.
just kind of ingested it like through like here's this weird game you should play one time, but then when you actually play it, because when you
Mhm.
actually play it, it's a different experience than
Yes,
watching, like
yes.
more so than any other video game. So what was that like?
Well, I'll tell you, as someone who, like I said, who I was only interested in this because of the art style and it being a Capcom joint, uh, and as someone who, I can't say that I've never been an anime fan. I have dabbled, I think, over because it just wasn't as like widely available
Yeah.
to me back when I was like seeking the stuff out. Like I used to have to import Evangelion tapes at $40 a pop for 2 episodes. Um, and that was the last one I really watched, and I loved it. But like I've not seen basically anything since. I don't know no, I have. I watched Trigun. Trigun was like probably the last one I really got into.
Trigun's
But
great.
yeah, I mean, oh my god, like I remember seeing that the cover to the first. Yeah, again, this was VHS days for me. But seeing Vash on the cover of that first one, where
Mm-hmm.
he's like got the hand cannon next to his face and shit.
Yeah.
He's got the red trench coat with the collar popped and the face spiky hair of the glasses. And I'm like, look at this bad motherfucker right here. And
Is
like
is
I had to special order it and it came in to the video store. I was living in Carrollton, Georgia at the time, and it came in. I was so excited, man. We went, we picked it up. We were right back to the apartment, and we put it in, thinking, "Oh my god, this is gonna be this amazing." And so we're watching it, and I don't know if you remember how Trigun starts, but like Vash was like walking through the desert or some shit, right?
uh-huh.
Minding his own business, and all of a sudden, like there's a gunfight and like all these dudes like popping out of like the rocks and stuff. They're shooting at him and shit. And he just keeps walking. He's like paying no attention. And like the fucking shots are going off all around him. We're like, oh my god, he's about to fuck him up. And then all of a sudden, Vash goes, "Scary!" It just takes off running. And I was like, well, I didn't expect that. What the fuck? What is? Okay, I guess. I was like, what the fuck is this? So we didn't know it was like gonna be as funny as it was.
Uh-huh.
So, but anyway, so like I've not really been an anime person probably since like I don't know the early 2000s, I guess. Um, and so like yeah, I'm like kind of like you, like I got so into this game because I love the presentation. Where it's like I could sit here for 30 minutes or I could sit here for 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
and I could play one episode or I could play 3 episodes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but I got so into the story. I'm just like it's nuts. It's so crazy. But like I could not wait. And like you said, to the game's credit, it gives you like little like, hey, this is what you're about to play. You sure you want to stop playing right now? Are you sure you want to play Destiny? And I'm like, fuck, I don't. Like and the one that really cracked me up the most was when you fight I called him Akuma the whole time, but your sensei guy that trains you, whatever, the
Oh
guy
yeah, yeah.
who takes you to the hot tub with the
Yeah, it takes.
ladies. It's like they were like, "Are you sure you're done? Because look what's about to happen."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. If you go and you can stare at their boobs, you
I
drink
didn't know.
stuff.
I felt so bad when that achievement popped, but I didn't know what to do. I couldn't figure out how to get out of the hot tub. And like every time you could press the button to stand up, and they just stare at your junk, and you sit right back down. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed? I was trying to get out of. I was like, let's go, like let's go. Then finally, I was like, all right, there are her boobs. Let me look at those. Then an achievement pop, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to get out. I didn't know what to do to get out of the hot tub or whatever. But I don't know, man. This was such a cool, weird experience, and it made me want to watch anime again. Like I don't know, like I was like every time something happened, dude, I lost my shit when Asura got so fucking mad. He became literally rage personified with big fucking arms and shit, and then like every time he changed to a different form, I was like, oh shit, like because
Growing his arms back.
yeah, like oh god, how many times can you have 6 arms and go to 0 arms and like still have to play the game and like be kicking motherfuckers and like you said, like grabbing the sword with your teeth and shit and like it's just like it's so bad. Everything that happened, I was like, that's so badass. That's so badass. And then as we talked about our boy Yasha, we've been texting about him for fucking a month now. I was like, that's my boy. And I knew from the jump, I was like, that's the one. That is the one who's going to flip. And I knew it. And then when it happened, God, it felt so good. And then what I did not expect was to get to play as Yasha.
Yeah.
And
And
man, I got to tell you,
he plays differently than
differently, and I
Asura.
liked it better
Yeah.
than Asura, to be honest. I liked his move set. I liked how fast he was.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, everything about whenever you got to play as Yasha, I was like, God damn, man, where's Yasha's Wrath at? Like, I want to play that game. But yeah, I love this experience so much, and I'm like, I probably never would have gotten to it honestly if it wasn't for, for the show. So
I
like
mean, where
this,
else can you play a game where he throws an elephant into the
mm-hmm,
sky? You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
Also, he does like rocket jumps where he like punches the ground to like
yeah,
fly.
yeah. Also, your sensei uses his extendo blade, which he never uses, and it punches you through an entire planet, and you come out the other side with it still
That's
stuck in you. Like it's just lunacy. Like it's crazy.
and then you have to button mash to keep the sword to break the
Mm,
sword so
yeah,
that he falls.
yeah. It's
So a big part of this game is this quick time event nature, which I mean, quick time events can be a polarizing
mm-hmm,
device, I think. I think sometimes it can be awful. I think here it works really well. And I mean, I played it on normal difficulty, but if you do
mm-hmm.
screw up a quick time event, it's not like game over, right? It's not
Right,
like
right, right, right,
you die. Actually, like something will happen where, you'll tumble and then it picks up and it's you don't have to do the same thing over again. It
right.
just continues on with the
Which
scene,
I
which
appreciated because like you said, like so much of this is cutscenes. You're watching the story happen, but then without notice, like it'll transition to the gameplay part, but it'll
Mhm.
still be in a cutscene. So I'd be sitting here like taking a sip of water, and all of a sudden it was like left stick up, and I'm like, oh, and like I couldn't, like I wouldn't be able to get to it. So at least it didn't like ruin my run.
Yeah, and the thing is, the thing I actually really appreciated this time around, I was playing on my Xbox with one of those 8-bit Do controllers that I have.
Mm,
And this would have worked as well, honestly, with just the regular Xbox controller. But I remember playing on my PlayStation 3 and really having a hard time with the rotating
mm-hmm.
the sticks sections. But now it was just so much more easier to do those parts, which I really appreciated. Um,
That's
and
always been my complaint. Two of my complaints with the PS3 is I hate the controller.
yeah,
I don't like the sticks and I hate the triggers. I had to, like I said, I bought that aftermarket clip on things that actually
uh,
turned L2 and R2 into actual triggers. And that made like shooters so much more fun on the PS3, but I still don't like I don't like I don't know what you call it, like the dome kind of sticks instead of the concave or whatever.
yeah, I don't know what you call those exactly, but yeah, they're
I have never liked the sticks on the
yeah. Yeah,
DualShock 3.
not a fan either. Not fun. So it was more enjoyable this time for me to kind of play through Azura's Wrath. I think also too just knowing what the game was and being prepared for how to play
Yeah.
it. Even all these years later, I mean, we're talking
I had
15
no
years
idea.
later.
I just heard like you don't really play this game. It's like you just press buttons and you watch it. And I'm like, well, actually, so having like going into it with that like stigma,
Hmm.
I'm like, man, there's way more play here than I expected. So that was for me, like I was pleasantly surprised. But I could see, buying it in 2012 and being like, oh, this new Capcom game looks dope. And then it's like, wait, why this is like all this? But like having heard that for years and then playing it for the first time and the year of our Lord 2025. I was like, man, there's more to do here than I expected. So,
Well, I think, yeah, and I think too, like the thing that you have to remember, it's not just press buttons, because you have to, when you have to play the game, you do have to play it well. Like you can't,
mm-hmm,
like you will
mm-hmm.
die and you will not be
Yep.
able to progress. So when it does come time to like fight bosses or to fight hordes of dudes, like you got to play it and stay alive. And one of my favorite things about ASURA'S Wrath is that bosses actually don't have health meters. What you do is you
Yeah.
punch until Asura gets so
You
mad.
fill a meter.
You fill
Yes.
a rage meter
Until he
until you
gets
pull
so
the
mad.
trigger. You punch the boss until you get too mad, and then you enter like a quick time event in which you just devastate them.
Yes.
And it's every time it's incredible. Every time it's unique. Every time it's you can't imagine where it's going to go next. Like there's no limits to like how ridiculous the fight will get. So, yeah, I really appreciate that too about it. Yeah, so the thing, so like, looking back on it now, like, playing it, you're like, well, how come this wasn't a big hit? And I mean, I think there's a lot of good smoking guns here, right? First of all, it was $60 when it came out. And I think,
Mm, I didn't know that.
yeah, I think that like I mean, I would be happy like if this were if in 2012 if I knew what this game was, I'd be happy to spend $60 on this game, right? I think
Yeah.
I
I
think
also I also kind of have to feel like specifically with, I mean, I guess maybe Capcom obviously are just like greedy as fuck, but also I kind of wonder with like the whole like the last chapter or section being
hmm
behind a paywall, if they didn't kind of think maybe this was like a thing they could, like games as a service before that was a thing, right? Where they could be
Yeah.
like, hey, we'll keep making these new episodes and like continue the story, and like they'll buy them at 20 bucks a pop or whatever it was, stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard conflicting. I think, I've heard some things where they ran out of development time and they needed to get it out the door, and that was part of the reason. I think, it's a mix between Capcom just being greedy and
Mm,
putting it behind a paywall like that. Whatever it wasn't a good situation because you can beat the game and it has a fine ending if you beat it, but if you don't
there's
watch
a cliffhanger, but if you're fine with
yeah.
that, then yeah.
But if you don't watch the trend, like the trending is really wild, and
Yes.
I think that if you miss out on that,
And
um,
also infuriating a little bit.
in what way? Sorry, because it
I
starts
don't
all
know if
over.
no, no, no. Oh, you're talking about like the true last chapter. I thought you were getting in the DLC.
No,
I'm
no.
talking about part 4 was infuriating. The final like the hidden chapter, if you got a high enough rank or whatever, where like you
Uh-huh.
get like the spider ending
Yeah,
and the cliffhanger.
yeah.
I have no problem with that. My problem was with part 4 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was infuriating.
What part?
You already know.
Wait, what part? I'm actually confused. What? Because I'm trying. I think I'm mixing up.
Do you
What
remember
part?
part 4? You remember like the DLC chapter?
Is that like when it's set in contemporary times?
So basically,
It's 15 years
Asura,
old. Yeah, you could say it.
Asura. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just say what happens because
Yes,
I
because
was not happy. All right.
okay, all right, go ahead. Sorry.
So Asura is essentially dead,
Right.
and our
Yes.
boy Yasha is like, it can't end like this, and he has to be the one to save Mithra. So he rips his Tony Stark out
Oh yeah.
to save Asura. After
hmm
he gives Asura the powers of all of the deities, right?
Yeah.
But in order to like I guess jumpstart it, he has to give him his too. And then he picks a fight with him, knowing he's gonna lose on purpose. And then
Cause he's cause
Asura
he's cause he's Yautja, man. He can't. You know what? They're honorable.
Asura kills Yasha, but like he makes Asura like think it's an actual fight
Uh-huh.
because he knows he won't hold back. And then he go like full on becomes like fucking Uncle Ben at the end of Return of the Jedi and like is watching him, and I was just like, no.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
I
like, no, please, no.
yeah, I mean, yes. Um
It's so anime, but it still hurt. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
it's still because
It
we love
felt like
Yasha so
it
much,
felt
but
like when Opie died in Sons of Anarchy. I was
yeah.
like so not okay. I was just like, why? Like, no. Like he's been through so much.
Not my boy
Like
Yasha.
exactly.
Yeah, and then there's sort of the Attack on Titan ending of it all starts or restarts again, sort of the violence.
Oh, Dark Tower, yeah.
Dark Tower, yeah, Dark Tower. So yeah, so I think asking people to spend $60 on something that you don't play a lot of and have to watch, that's it's already like a niche
I
type
was
of
gonna say
game.
when like I think most things back then were like still 50, right? Or am I wrong? They were 60 at that time, weren't they?
I don't know,
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
but
360 games.
let's
I can't
also look
remember.
at 2012 games.
Yes.
I mean, we got Max Payne 3. We got Diablo 3.
Yeah.
We've got Call of Duty Black Ops. We've got
Mm.
Sleeping Dogs, Borderlands 2, Mass Effect 3. You got Forza Horizon, Dragon's Dogma. Like, there's a lot of great stuff coming out
Mm.
in 2012. So Dishonored came out, Far Cry 3 came out, Spec Ops: The Line
Oh,
came out.
before those last two, I was like, I would play this game over any of those until you
Well,
said
I think
Far Cry 3 and Spec Ops.
I mean, I think so too, but I think that like the average person, like, going to a store to buy a game, they're like, what should I get for, I have $60 to get a game. They're gonna get Far Cry 3 probably, that was just more to do. So I think that hurt it. I think the DLC stuff really hurt the game and its image. And so it didn't make enough money and on went life, which is a bummer because I think it is a hidden gem in a lot of ways and people still
Yeah.
talk about it. People who played it still remember it, still talk about it, and
Well,
it's true.
that was probably my favorite thing, honestly, about it. After because I didn't buy the part 4. I watched it on YouTube, but in looking for stuff for this game, after I finished it,
Hmm.
a lot of the things I saw were like this game deserved better. And like so many there's so many videos on YouTube about this game, about how good it
Hmm.
was and how like it doesn't get the credit it deserved and like all this type of stuff. And like, I everything you're saying is 100% right. Like Capcom completely like bungled, this experience for a lot of people, but it still managed to, resonate and still does. In hey, my first time playing it, and I'm still thinking about it. Like
You
I'm
will
like, I
you
wish there was more.
I mean, I was still thinking about it all these years later. Like it's so unique and playing the game again, I was just sort of overly amused by how fresh and unique it still is to play. It's just
Mm-hmm.
unlike anything else that you would play. It would have been great maybe if they like pieced it out in a way that was like, released it episodically. Um,
I have to think that was the idea. I have to.
they had it must I don't know what they were thinking. It was primo Capcom screw up time. Like Capcom really
Yeah.
killed it in the 90s and the aughts and the early or yeah, the 90s and the
Well, but
aughts, but
yeah, again, Street Fighter is a perfect example. It's the same
yeah.
shit the Capcom always does, right? They
Hmm.
drop a game, then they're like, "Oh, well, you have to pay more money for XYZ fighters," and then like, "Did you pay for those?" Well, guess what? Here's a championship edition where they're already in it. You're gonna buy that too because we know you're gonna buy it. And like, oh, that's not everybody because they also has DLC for this one. Oh, but guess what? The Ultimate Edition. Here it is, and you're gonna buy that too, even though you already have the other ones.
And here's yeah, Arcade Redux
Mm-hmm.
edition.
Yep.
No, I did that with the new Street Fighter, but I waited until they
Mm-hmm.
had the Fighters edition out. But they still put out a
I think I have
year three pass anyway.
I have all three of Street Fighter 3 on the Dreamcast. I have all three of the Street Fighter 2 on the SNES. I have two versions of 4, 5 on the PS4. I have two versions of 6. I haven't bought yet.
Six is
So we'll
good.
see.
6 is good.
I'm sure it is, and I really want to play like that kind of create a character kind of mode or whatever. But I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for them to drop the. It was like the base game for 6 the other day on Amazon was $15, and I had it in the cart, and I was about to press the button. I was like, nope, I'm gonna wait because they're gonna drop the because it's not gonna have Ryu. It's not gonna have like the guys I want. I'm gonna wait until the Ultimate or whatever comes out because I'm not. I don't need 6 copies of Street Fighter 6.
It's good. You're gonna really like the art style.
I love the art style. Like I've seen the I've seen like gameplay videos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want it so bad. And
Yeah.
then when I saw it was $15, I was like, God,
Yeah, I would be very wary of
but I
getting
didn't buy it.
the standard edition of Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm gonna wait.
You got to get those fighter passes in there.
That's what
So,
I'm saying. I'm just wait. And even if I have to buy it, I mean, I hate to pay $70 for anything, but I really want to play it. So that one I might honestly pull the trigger on as soon as it gets announced.
yeah, they do have the Fighters Edition for Xbox and for PlayStation, which has years 1 and 2. They just
Mm,
added a year 3 pass that you have to buy, but I didn't get it,
mm,
but I got it on the Switch. Duh.
mm,
But yeah, highly recommend it. Anyway, this was also too 2012 was the year that Resident Evil 6 came out. So
oof, not a
Capcom
big
was
year for Capcom. Yeah,
really they kind of got too big for their britches and they
yeah,
really did
they're
a
a lot of experimentation with old
yeah,
properties.
a lot of they screwed up lots of things. And so I mean people would probably even point to DMC as a something that they didn't I mean we I liked it. I liked
Well,
DMC.
I was gonna say like outside of I mean obviously like Alan Wake 2, but that doesn't really count because that's a new game I was gonna play any. But like as far as like old games, quote unquote old games that we played in the history of this show,
Hmm.
I think probably ASURA'S Wrath and DMC are like my two like most favorite discoveries. I say discoveries. Like I had tried DMC, but like for whatever reason fell off of it. But replaying it for the show, I fell in love with that game. And now playing this game, I'm obsessed with this game now. So these are probably my that's probably my like number 1 and 2 of my
Hmm.
favorite things that we've done on the show.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they're very unique, and I think, but I think like a lot of people bounced off DMC because it was so different than,
Mm.
what
No, I did
DMC.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I think I still think that the controls are really like you have to really remember what you're doing and
Yes.
like hold L1 and
Yeah,
R2 and
hold
press
L1 to
X and
R2 and
yeah.
use the switch to this damage type because otherwise you're gonna get your shit pushed in. Yeah, it's it's complicated, but once you get the rhythm down, like
It's good
it's
stuff. Yeah.
so smooth. Like once you get it, it becomes second nature, and like you really feel like a badass.
Yeah, don't forget to check out our episode on DMC.
Please, we're hurting for listens.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
I have no idea. I have no.
we're
This
poor
show,
people.
this show right here does so much better than Werewolves. Like I can't even say shit.
Listen, man, we got
We know where the talent is what I'm saying. Like I'm just
I'm like, what we got? What we got here? Let's see. Hold on a second. We got almost 6,000 total downloads. That's pretty good.
which is
That's,
crazy because we've
that's
only been
pretty good.
doing this like not that long. Whereas
Yeah, not that.
werewolves turns 10 this year or next year. So
Hmm.
and we probably
Yes.
have about the same amount.
Yeah, let's see. Let me see. Our most listened to episode was the Alan Wake episode with
Fuck yeah.
408 downloads.
No, we've werewolves has
No,
never come close.
sorry,
Never.
sorry. It's 408 downloads in the first 30 days.
Oh my god.
Overall 811 downloads.
Jesus.
Let's
I have
go.
not I don't know I don't get to see the numbers because Brandon like kind of runs all of that type of stuff, that side
Uh-huh.
of, werewolves, but I I would be shocked if it didn't take us probably closer to like 5 years to get to 800 on it, like cumulatively, like this, like, and I like, and honestly, like the longer we go, like the lower the number gets. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know. We also like do nothing to promote it. I'm actually working on that. I I was bored at work today, so I made us a new logo and stuff, and
Oh, nice.
I'm bringing back the Instagram account, and also like I think I may use, because I people keep following me on Substack because of this show,
Uh-huh.
and like my Substack, like I mean, like I might decide on a Saturday that I'm bored and write about Metallica for no reason for an hour and a half, but I
Alcoholica.
yeah, and then it might be 2 months. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I might, spend a month and a half writing about Destiny. And I'm like, there's no rhyme or reason to my Substack, but people keep following me because of this show. So I think I might start writing about movies again. And I may use werewolves as like the catalyst for that. So I may be like, hey, this is the shit we talked about on werewolves this week, but this is more what I thought and like this type of thing, shit like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I support it, sir. Sir,
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
mean,
support it.
what the world needs is
Love, sweet love.
no, what the internet needs more of is a fat white man's opinion on the genre. So
Hey, can we get us a white dude with facial hair to talk about horror movies or
yeah,
what?
yeah, like, do we have enough of those yet? No, sounds great. Like,
Oh man. That's good, dude. That
I
is
don't know, man. I
good.
miss writing, and it's just like the like. There's never like a thing where I'm like, and then when the mood hits me, like I'll get on fucking Substack and go nuts. But
Mm-hmm.
I just, the last thing that I really was like, God, I really wish I still had a blog was Guillermo's Frankenstein, because that just
That was a good movie, man.
I was obsessed. I watched it 3 times like that weekend, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch it again right now, to be honest with you. So
You heard it here first.
that's my favorite movie of the year. Like, spoiler alert for our favorite movies episode of Werewolves, but that's
You can watch Christoph Waltz head get smashed.
mm-hmm. Yeah. You can watch speaking of neckbeards who talk about horror movies on the internet, you can watch them get mad that Guillermo used CGI wolves and didn't let actual wolves fight what's his name who played Frankenstein, because that would have been,
Jacob Elordi.
yeah, he was never in danger, and apparently that made people angry. So
Oh my God.
yeah,
That movie was good
I
though.
just,
I like
oh
that
my
movie.
god,
I
it's
like
my
that
favorite movie
movie.
of the year. It's
It
not even close.
it
It's
was
kind of
dope.
close. It's kind of close because Life of Chuck, I have a very
Oh yeah.
personal connection to, and also I think it's an amazing movie. But that was my number one, and I didn't think any of it was going to top it. And then Guillermo was like, "Hold my beer, motherfucker."
I don't know, man. Megan 2.0 came out this year, and that's
It did. It sure did, and that was a movie, and I watched all of it.
sure was a movie.
Yeah,
That was a movie. That's what we'll leave it as.
that is my review of Megan 2.0.
It was a movie. I wish
It
it had
was
the
a movie that I watched all of.
I wish it had the charm of the first movie. It didn't, unfortunately.
It didn't, of course it didn't, because look who's at the helm. Like,
Jason Blum.
my boy who I live to troll. If they remake
Um,
The Wiz, I'm coming back to Twitter with a vengeance. I've left him alone.
I really hope that they remake The Wiz for a lot of reasons, though.
I'm going to, he's going to block me, and I'm going to make new accounts. Okay.
um, what else was I gonna
It's going to be
say?
the Will Wheaton thing all over again.
Oh no, not Will Wheaton.
Yes, sir. He blocked every one of us, me and my friends.
Is he even on the internet anymore? Did we yell him off the internet?
We may have done that. It may have been us, to be honest, but he made the mistake of he blocked Gene for like apparently no reason. Like we didn't even know why he did it,
Uh-huh.
but that made us laugh. So we all went after him, and he blocked every single one of us. There used to be a hashtag called Willie blocked, and like every time somebody got Willie blocked, like we would be so hype.
Where'd you
What
go?
got
Oh, there you
I'm
are.
I'm here. I was gonna say like what got me blocked was I used to just keep posting him the GIF of them getting shot in toy soldiers. Like no matter what he posted on the internet, I just hit him with that GIF. He finally blocked me. So
He had enough. He had enough of you and
mhm.
your
I don't know, man. I
silliness.
just I just got this thing. It's like I mean, yeah, I'm at the same time I'm a glad like I'm a glad Jesus Christ. I'm glad that like nerd culture has like kind of become like the cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I fucking hate when somebody's like elitist and has their head so far up their ass about it.
Yeah.
It just irks me. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, bitch, you not know? Like I was in the trenches. Okay, do you not know what we went through? And for you to come out here and be talking about D&D and showing off the fucking Big Bang Theory with your bullshit pisses me off. And I'm the biggest Stand By Me fan on planet Earth, man. I love Gordy, but his like holier than thou nerd bullshit. Fuck you, buddy. Here's
Yeah.
this gif of you being shot to death in toy soldiers.
Yeah. Believe me, I don't I honestly think
What?
Will Wheaton's on the side of people just can't really stand him
Yeah, he
anymore.
sucks.
Yeah. He's
Boy, that went in a direction we weren't expecting. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
what's going on? Is this a Will Wheaton hate cast?
It is. I should start
Um
that. That might be my next Substack, to be honest.
that would be good. That would be good. Um I think we're gonna wrap it up.
We probably should before
Yeah,
I lose us any more listeners.
he's getting big. He's getting big mad. um, Mitch, thank you as always for joining
Yeah, but
us
thank you, man. Again, just for this show in general. Like I
for
said,
for for coming out on a Thursday night.
oh yeah,
Uh,
I have no life. You know this.
for putting aside Destiny for 2 hours. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what hurt the most, to be honest.
uh, thank you, Mitch. Thank you, people who listen. And next episode, we're gonna be doing Bayonetta, which should be good to
Yeah,
fun to talk about. So very excited to revisit that gem of a series. So
it'll be
um,
another first, not entirely first time, but like the second half of that game was the first time for me. So,
definitely gotta get your Dami Mommy on over here with
oh yeah, there's nothing I like better than a woman who wears her hair as clothes.
and has guns in her stilettos
And yeah, and guns, yeah, and also like yeah, turn said hair into like guns and such.
and into dragons and things.
Yeah,
Um, all right. Well, thanks y'all. Catch you on the flippity flip.